What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fire Session Podcast. It's your girl Daci J here with my boy Big Ken. I just got one little thing for you, Big Ken.
What's that?
Did you miss me?
I don't
What?
know. Maybe a little bit. Maybe
You you missed me.
I
You missed
did. I
me.
did. I
Like,
did.
don't
I
act like you
did.
didn't miss this dynamic, man.
Oh man, sometimes you do miss people more than you know. And I definitely
hmm
missed, what I'm saying, Daci J. I definitely missed doing the show. I missed y'all. But, we're finally back. So, we're
Yes.
excited about that. We needed that little break though. Needed that little break because
Facts.
y'all don't understand. We started doing this
Man.
podcast in March of last year, and we went basically the whole year without a break. Like we were just that,
Going hard.
yeah, we were just that in tune with it. Where like
Yeah.
we were just going. We switched dynamics, and we just kept
Yep.
going.
Yep.
So we love y'all that much, and we love doing this show that much that we forgot to take
Yes.
a break.
Yes. This little vacation.
Yeah, some of y'all got jobs out there like that y'all actually enjoy. And you know how
That.
that is when you're working hard and you really love what you do. You forget to take a break sometimes. And that's
Yeah.
what we
We was
did. So
going
we needed
real
that break.
hard. Yeah. We was going real hard. But we saw each other, y'all.
We did. That was the running joke. Like during the pandemic, we weren't seeing
Yes.
anybody. Me and Daci J hadn't seen each other in a long time.
Yeah.
We were
Prior to
doing this.
that. Yep.
Yeah. So we were
Yep.
doing this and we hadn't seen each other, but we got a chance to go out for my birthday.
Yes.
So, we had a great time.
Yes.
And let's talk about this, though, before we get going.
Mm.
During this break, Daci took full advantage of the break. So I look up. Now, I don't expect Daci to tell me everything, right? You know what I'm saying? But I look up and I'm like, she taking pictures and saying like, yeah, she in Vegas. I'm like, wait a minute, time out. So you went to
I,
Vegas?
I
You
did.
ain't even tell me. You ain't tell me you went to
First of
Vegas.
all, it wasn't
Gone.
even like that. It was a family vacation. I took the kids for spring break. Yay. I'm a good mom.
Facts.
So that's where we went. It wasn't like a fun trip. It was fun, but it wasn't like a Daisy turn up trip. So
Yeah.
if it was a turn up, I would have been like, hey, because you see, I snuck out and snuck back in. I wasn't really posting. I literally took advantage of the vacation
Yeah, I
and did what
see.
I needed to do.
And
Yeah.
for me, I hadn't planned anything during my little break because I was like, I got so much stuff I needed to do here. Like, and I
Yeah.
really wasn't trying to move around too much because I really didn't know kind of what the, the moving around would be. But I see
True.
everybody flying everywhere. So I'm
But I
like,
mean,
the world is
Greg Abbott
open.
opened up Texas, so it was like,
Yeah, that's a whole nother
we
deal,
can
man.
leave. We
Yeah,
can
he
finally get
opened up
out.
Texas and everybody went crazy and everybody
Right.
been everywhere. I can't even lie though, because for my birthday we definitely went out and we had a great time. And it was
Mask
a couple weeks
on. We
ago,
chilling.
mask on. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
COVID again, so it was a success. You know what I'm saying?
Woo, we good. We got the
Yeah,
clear.
yeah. Because hey, some of you all may know as well. Me and Daci both had COVID, during the pandemic. So yeah, we
Yeah.
know it's not a game, and we totally
Yeah.
understand that. So we didn't take it lightly.
No, not at all. That was funny. But no, today I'm amped up. I'm super excited about what we're about to do. Since we're back with season 2 of the Fire Session podcast, we
Yep.
do have a special guest here that I can't wait for Ken to tell y'all about. Give him a little backstory, Ken.
Well, look, this is what we gonna do. If y'all were watching the last couple of seasons of the show, even from our Friday Friday fire session days,
Mm-hmm.
we usually do roundtable discussions, right?
Right.
But we have some interesting people that we want to be able to introduce to you all and reintroduce to others, that we thought
Right.
it'd be a great idea to start doing a few interviews mixed in with our fire sessions, you know what I'm saying, our roundtables.
Right.
So one person that came to mind right away is a young fella that I kind of watched grow up, you know what I'm saying, and he's always had a different quality about him. He was kind of silly kid, you know what I'm saying? And I
Okay.
bet you when he was growing up in the church, he didn't even know I paid attention to him. But when they told me, they was like, "Hey man, he's a comedian now." I was like,
What?
"That's not surprising." It's not surprising because certain people you can tell like they
Mhm.
have a sense of humor. And
Mhm.
some kids are silly and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
certain kids have the it factor. And you know that
Mhm.
they can actually be funny and actually be good at, maybe comedy, or if they can sing, or if they can act,
Right.
you see it early. And he's
Right.
one of those people where I kind of saw it early. So I wanted to make sure that I brought this young man on to,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, talk to him, interview him, get his idea of what, the temperature is in comedy right now.
Mhm.
He's well versed. This man won the funniest comic in Texas in 2016. You might have
Wow.
seen him on Groupon. The man got a Groupon out there, what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get y'all to them shows. He giving y'all them deals. And I'm gonna tell you
Man.
what, I have seen him personally on
Mhm.
stage. I have seen him at least 4 times.
Wow.
And every time I'm laughing. So
Mhm.
if y'all know me, y'all know I'm very into comedy. I'm not a comic.
Yeah.
I'm not a comedian,
Yeah.
but I'm into
Yeah.
comedy, and
Mhm.
I don't take it lightly. So if somebody makes me laugh, they doing their job. So,
Right.
I'm proud to have him on the show. Can't say, some of them comics, he'll laugh at this when I know because he's
Mhm.
listening backstage, but he'll laugh. You might have seen him on Comic View. You might have seen him on Def Comedy Jam. You didn't because he's too young. He wasn't on either one
Mhm.
of those.
Right. Right.
But we
Right.
want to bring to the show Dez O'Neal. So before we bring him out, I just have a little clip that I want to show you all of this man's talent.
My single ladies at single ladies in here tonight? Okay. Well, y'all loud back there. I need to be back there. They excited to be single. I feel like I should not be single at all, man. I should not. I got a good ass resume. I got a good resume. I don't have no kids. You know what I mean? I got 2 jobs. I'm chasing my dream. I'm circumcised. She said, that's all right, amen. Bro, I'm happy to be clipped, too happy. I'd be pissed off if I had one of them pig in the blankets, bro. That shit look like a blunt to me, you know? You gotta pull it back when you pee. That's way too many steps. I ain't got time. Y'all look around. Whoever ain't laughing, they got a pig in the blanket. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at your mama, okay? She the one left that do-rag on your ass. I had nothing to do with that.
All right, y'all. Welcome to the show, Dez O'Neal. Hold on. Let me go
Woo!
back. Hold on. Dez O'Neal.
What up?
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, I got to make him feel like he at the comedy club. You know what I'm saying?
You
Okay.
got sound effects?
Yeah, I got sound effects and all that, man. We try to do a little something here, but we happy to have you. We want the
Yes.
people to get a chance to know you, so we like to start off these interviews by kind of telling the people kind of where you from, like what high school you went to, what hood you represent, or whatever the case may be, so we can let the people know first of all who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm from Dallas, man. My family, they mainly from Louisiana, but I was born in Dallas, but my roots is Louisiana. Um, Started off like in the Duncanville, Oak Cliff area, like Redbird, kind of where I grew up. Went to Duncanville for a little bit. Then I went to Kimball, like when I was in the 10th grade. And then I ended up graduating from Lancaster. My mama bought a house in Lancaster and we moved to Lancaster. Lancaster, however way you want to say it,
No,
that's
you
where
said it right,
You
Lancaster.
said it right. When you from Dallas, you say Lancaster. Yeah.
Lancaster, you know what I'm saying? So I ended
Mhm.
up graduating from Lancaster and I went to TJC, Tyler Junior College, went out there, and then came back to Dallas, started working, and then I just started getting into comedy.
Okay, so with that transition, like, what made you want to get into comedy? Like what? Because that's like something that people want to do, and they think they funny, but no, a lot of people don't actually jump into it and actually start
Yeah.
doing it. So, what made you want to do that?
Man, to be honest, I was hearing people tell me that like forever. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a friend since the second grade tell me, "Boy, you're gonna be a comedian. Boy, you're gonna be a comedian." But I never really
Mhm.
took it serious because I thought, I'm just funny. Just in conversation, something happened. Anybody can be funny like that. But when I came back from TJC, I just looked up open mics. Just some in me just told me to look up an open mic and go do it. First, I was recording myself on like a camera and was just showing people like friends, showing people like personal friends, me performing in my living room. You know what I'm saying, on a camera, no crowd, just nothing. You know what I'm saying, and I just started going to open mics, and I never stopped. You know what I'm saying, and became a known dude in Dallas. Really getting known a little globally, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm making a little noise out here.
Okay,
Making a
okay.
little noise. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, those open mics, man, those can be hit or miss, right? Because you could go
Right.
and you know what I'm saying. Like, I guess that's where the comics kind of work out the kinks
Yeah.
and kind of learn, I guess how to actually do the art of comedy. So I mean, how did you even know what to do when you got up there? How did you even know how to structure your set, tell your jokes, any of that? How did you know how to do any of that?
I didn't. I just was up there raw. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
Wow.
people, you naturally do it. Like when you talking, people naturally set up a joke and hit them with a punchline. People in conversation, like so. Once you figure out the format, it became easy. But right then and there, I didn't. I just was recording myself saying stuff that I thought was funny. Didn't have no formula, nothing, and just got up there. And my first time, I ain't gonna lie, went very well, killed it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know how to duplicate it. Like every time after that, it was like not the same. I'm like, what's wrong? So I had I ain't gonna lie, went to this little training thing. This dude named Dean Lewis out here in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? And he can't teach you to be funny. That's one people think they think you just gonna take this class and be funny. He just teach you how to basically structure your joke, get to the point of your joke. And once I figured out how to do that, I was already like kind of getting it. You know what I'm saying? I was already
Mhm.
on stage. I was already kind of funny, but I just couldn't figure out like what am I doing wrong. So once he like kind of taught me how to edit my jokes and like get to the point, I was golden after that. You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of ahead of the game when I was like my first year in it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking at me
Mhm.
like, dang, this dude sounded like he was doing it 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And I was just a rookie.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Did
And
you
let me
like
hold
have?
on, not to cut y'all. And let me
Okay.
say that I
Mhm.
started doing comedy before it became cool. You know what I'm saying? Like before everybody, it's like it's so many people thinking they comedians now. Everybody with a cell
Mhm.
phone a comedian. When I used to tell people I was a comedian, they'll be looking at me like, "What, a comedian? I ain't never heard nobody say that." Like everybody was trying to be rappers. You know what I'm saying? And I was doing comedy, so I kind of hate that all these people thinking they comedians. Everybody want to be a comedian. Like everybody
Right.
with a cell phone a comic, but that's all I wanted to say.
Go
That
ahead,
is a
Dace.
part of a part of a question I have, but I wanted to know. You said like you just started doing it. Did you like have any like comedians you looked up to and kind of wanted to be like when you first got started?
um, I'll say two people inspired me. That was uh, Martin Lawrence and Chris Tucker. But
Mhm.
when I first started, I was watching every single comedian. I was like going through everybody, Richard Pryor, Red Fox. I was like watching them like on some other stuff. I was like, now I'm in
Mhm.
this sport for real. Like now I'm watching them like all they stuff, trying to know the history. Mark Curry, Sinbad, like people that Damon Wayans, like people that don't even talk about.
Mhm.
Like these people had some cold specials back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like people sleep on Sinbad, and when Mark Curry was coming up,
Mhm.
Mark Curry was a monster. He was
Mhm.
a monster
Yeah.
on that stage, and he'll fire up somebody in the crowd. Like he was banging.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna lie, but I just started watching a lot of people. And that's I didn't really like have no favorite at that point. But Chris Tucker and Martin Lawrence made me want to do comedy. But when I got into it, I just started, I guess, studying the history. You know what I mean?
So with
Okay.
you being, with Martin Lawrence and Chris Tucker, I know Chris Tucker especially is a very animated dude.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And that's the thing. Not to cut you out. They not. I mean, Chris Tucker, he did stand up, but he ain't really no stand up to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
Mhm.
no disrespect to him. Like, he's a comedian. He's a comedic actor. He can do stand up. But I don't
Mhm.
really like Chappelle is a stand up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a true stand up. Chris Tucker didn't even. Only he just now did like a special. Like, he ain't never did no special. He just was funny. Had a funny 10 minutes and boom, got in the movie. He never even. He just put stand up down. Like, forget stand up. I'm doing movies. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But
Mhm.
but they Martin too. He kind of more like a comedic actor type dude. But I don't know. Them dudes just inspire me. So I mean, I like stand up. I like acting too. But Martin and Chris Tucker, they more comedic actors to me rather than a stand
Mhm.
up, like a pure stand up comedian.
Have you had a chance to do any acting?
Man, I did a play. I did a play. Uh, a couple plays, but nah, I haven't. I mean, I did a couple short films too, man. But I really want to start trying to get into that a little bit more. It's just be hard, you know what I'm saying? Like it just be kind of hard having a day job, trying to do so much. You know what I'm saying? There's so many hours in a day, and once they hit you for 8 hours, and you gotta sleep, you gotta drive to work. It's like, how do I do all this stuff? And it seemed like in the acting game, you can't have no job because you gotta. They'll
Oh
call
no.
you for an
Mm-mm.
audition anytime. You gotta have a flexible job. You gotta be like a waiter or something like that, or an Uber driver, or you. And I'm just not on no Uber
Mhm.
driving waiter type life.
Well,
Some
you said.
days,
I mean,
one
you
day
said.
I'll sacrifice. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, you said you act though.
Ooh.
So I'm telling you right now. We were talking before the show, y'all. OnlyFans is bussing.
Busting.
Hey, Dez need to start his OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Get it popping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
hey, it might work out for him. You won't have to have a 9 to 5, and
yeah.
you can do
Yep.
comedy, and you can make people pay for jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And be on there telling jokes with your shirt off. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
was
it
gonna
might
say
work for
that.
you.
That. Yep.
With your shirt off.
It might
Yeah.
it might
With the
work
with the
for you.
D'Angelo lights going. Yeah. Telling jokes, getting paid.
Man, that'll be funny. That will
Hey,
be funny.
it's people on OnlyFans now doing everything. Not everybody on there is butt naked and having
Right.
sex. It's other people
Right.
on OnlyFans doing a bunch of other stuff. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a lucrative
Gotta
thing.
be
So you know what I'm
creative.
saying?
It is.
Yeah,
It
you
is.
might need to think about that. And if you do, I need a cut. You know what I'm saying? Because I came up with the idea.
Don't steal my idea.
Topless comedy. God dog.
Yeah, it's like, hey, it's a new
Oh,
lane. It's a
hey,
new
you need a
lane.
manager.
I need
I'm a
about I
manager.
need 3 more muscles though before I do
Man say need 3. Hey, you know what? On the code, you might be able to talk a female comic in there joining with you, and then to get it really busting.
What?
See,
I think I know one. I know a
see.
comic. I know a female comic that already has one. Like she already,
Okay, then you can
she
just
already
join
about
up.
that life. Like for real.
There you go. Get up in there. Topless comedy. Okay.
All right. So when we were talking about, the comics that kind of influenced you, you brought up somebody like Dave Chappelle, right? And for me, Dave Chappelle is one of my favorite comedians. He's probably my favorite comedian
Right.
of my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? When I say my
Mm,
favorite, people be like, what about Richard Pryor? What about, I mean, I've studied comedy, so I'm sitting over here on my shelf. I got a Mom's Mabley collection.
Mm.
So like
Damn.
I'm really into comedy. So,
mhm.
but when Chappelle came along and I saw his stand up and then I saw his show and then just the longevity of what he's been doing over this long span of time, like I'm like people forget that Dave Chappelle was in Nutty Professor. That was Dave
Right.
Chappelle.
Yep.
So he's
Yep.
crossed all these different genres of stuff and he's
Mhm.
been great at just about everything that he's
Pretty
done.
much.
So for me, like he's one of the best, if not the best, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
especially of my lifetime. But what is your Mount Rushmore, like your top 4 comedians? If you could build a Mount Rushmore for comics, like what is your top 4?
Okay. I'm gonna go Cat Williams. I'm gonna throw Cat up there.
Mm.
Uh, Gotta throw Chappelle up there.
Mhm.
Gotta throw Richard P. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And I'm just gonna throw out a random. I know I'm gonna throw somebody out that I just seen, and I just think this dude funny. Like I don't care. I ain't, this is just the first day. I probably shouldn't even put him on no Mount Rushmore. Like oh
Oh
yeah,
Lord.
like no,
No,
like
it's your list. So
but I seen this dude live. I got much respect for this dude. Just I like his interviews. I just like everything he put out. He real and he funny. He dope at impressions, man. I'm gonna say Godfrey, man. I just seen him at Arlington
Godfrey,
Improv.
yeah.
Godfrey is so funny, dog. Like his
He's
energy,
dope.
his impressions, like he's so all around, bro. And I don't think
Mhm.
how he been in the game so long, and people don't know how long he been in the game. Like
Mhm.
it's crazy. Like it is crazy. Like and I just seen him live like at Arlington and dude cold, bro. Like cold.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
Yeah.
think nobody can argue that because
No.
if you know comedy, Godfrey is Godfrey is up there. It's
like
like I
Yeah.
tell people when you go when you're dealing with comedy, you got comedians that the masses choose, and you got
Yeah.
comedians that the comics like.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you ask a comic who he likes, it's probably gonna be different from what the masses have chosen.
yeah.
Right.
So, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? That's why I like to have, communication with comedians when it comes to that because their answers are always so interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? As far as who they choose. Because I know Daci's got a question. You got a question?
Go
So,
ahead.
well, I'm going to bring up a name
Mhm.
because, a lot of times you have pressure because of your name.
Yeah.
You have other people that share your last name and things of that nature. So, with you being an O'Neal, we ain't talking about Shaq people. In
Yeah.
the comedy game, there's another giant. Rest in
Mhm.
peace, Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah.
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 So if you know comedy, you know how much of a big deal Patrice O'Neal was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not just to, comedy in general, but to the comics themselves. You know what I'm saying? When you
Mhm.
talk to a lot of comics and you hear these interviews, they talk about Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah.
So when I first saw him do stand up, like I fell in love, man. I was like, this dude is one of the most
Mhm.
honest and raw, uncut dudes like like I've ever seen.
But them be the dudes
Yeah.
that don't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and see they
Them
I,
be
I
the
For
think
dudes
real.
that
yeah,
somehow don't get that push that they supposed to get, and people don't know about them like how they
Mhm.
should. You know what I'm saying? Because I shouldn't. I found Patrice O'Neal like just digging through comedy. Like I shouldn't have to dig through comedy to find Patrice O'Neal. He should be right there in
Right.
the forefront, right there, like boom, Patrice. But
Mhm.
I found out about him. He was already gone. You know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah.
Me
crazy.
too.
Yep, but his material, people. If you Google him, you need to have an open mind because his material is yeah, it's a little hardcore.
He'll
He
get
talk
up there with no material.
yeah,
He'll
I mean,
just
but
get up
see,
there and
Right.
just
those are the
say just
guys who are amazing at it because like it's a gift.
yeah,
Right.
Like they didn't have to work at it and things like that. Like some people are just born with something different. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I was talking about you when I introduced you because for you to say the first time you got up there you killed, that's natural. That's
Right.
God given ability. That's a talent that, some people spend years penning stuff, writing
yeah.
stuff, and trying to figure stuff out where you was able to get up there on your first time and kill. Like how
Yeah.
many comics out there can really say they got up there and killed the first time?
Not too many.
Not too many. So
Right.
that
Right.
in itself is rare air. And then you have the the trophy of the funniest comic in Texas for 2016.
So
So you know what I'm saying. So you did that, and
Mhm.
when you won that, how long had you been doing comedy before that?
man, probably like a year and some change. Like I had just
That's
got in the game.
crazy.
I just got in the game, bro. Like I first time getting into that contest, I won it. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
some MCs get
amazing.
into it, don't win it, don't, or they get to the finals and don't win it, or just never win it, or whatever. But I got in there and I won it. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like
Yeah.
all odds was against me. I was just a fly. I was nothing. Like I was just an open micer, just like the rest of them dudes. So really I wasn't supposed to win it. But it was just so
Wow.
obvious that they couldn't do me and not give it to me. Like it would have been crazy not to give it to me. You know what I'm saying? And but
Yeah.
I ended up winning it, and it was a beautiful moment. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Because I went against a gladiator. He had a lot of buzz. You know what I'm saying? He had just did the heart of the city. You know, I beat Africanga like in overtime. You know what I'm saying? It was
Oh.
overtime round. Like, cause number one, they put me up like second. You know what I'm saying? They gave
Mhm.
me like the worst spot. It's like 10 comedians. They put my boy Dexter first. It was like, okay, the host, Dexter, then me. It was like, dang. Now I gotta be so funny. My set gotta stand out. It's gonna be like 9, 10, 11 other comedians. My set gotta withhold all these comedians. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I
Mhm.
gotta go up this early. All right, that's how y'all finna do me. I done made it. I done made it through the round. I ain't I made it. I won each round I was in. Like, why am I going up so early? But I ain't tripping.
Wow.
And I end up. They said it was an overtime between me and Alfred. You know what I'm saying? They act like they couldn't decide. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Alfred Kanga had all the buzz. He was already working for the improv. He was already working weekends. You know what I'm saying? He was already like he was doing stuff. He was already known. So it was like, dang. So we did like 3 minutes in the overtime, and I beat him in the overtime, man, and it was like a real moment. It was real, you know what I'm saying? It was
Wow.
like when Iverson crossed over Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Just cross, what you doing? What boy just
Wow.
pulled up on him, man? It was they put me in the newspaper. That's my favorite part, being in the newspaper. I still got the print and
Mhm.
everything, you know what I'm saying? And the money was cool, and just having that respect, and working, doing a lot of shows, you know, that's pretty much what I love the most about it, man. But nothing really just changed. Like everybody thought, like something drastically was gonna change. Like, nah, man, it's still another grind after that, you know.
Wow.
Facts. Daci.
I wanted to ask you, because you did kind of touch on it earlier, but how do you feel as far as these social media comedians versus, a comedian that's started with open mics and whatever, how fast, they get put on because they're like creating 1 minute content, daily. I know Lunel spoke out about it a couple of years ago when everything started jumping off with like DC Young Fly and certain Just Hilarious or whatever, how they came out of nowhere when they were just doing stuff online. Like, what do you think about that?
Man, I'm trying to learn what it is they doing, but I really feel like that wave is dead and gone. Like, is people still getting famous off that anymore? But I mean, they are what they call that, a influencer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They are influencer. They have personality. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
that don't necessarily make them a stand up comic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so they can put butts in the seats. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a following. It's so many people that do stand up. It's like, you be like, what?
Mhm.
Like, dude from Kid and Play. You know what I'm saying? You can go see him. The one from House Party.
You go Christopher Reed.
Christopher Reed. You can go. He'll go
Mhm.
do stand up. Cole Payne from Martin.
Yeah.
He'll go do. You go see him do stand up. You know what I'm saying? You be like, these dudes ain't stand up. Y'all just famous, and y'all, you just get up there, quote some lines from your shows, and
Mhm.
But I can't hate on them because I
Yeah.
want what they want. I mean, I want what they have. A
Mhm.
following like that. So I need to figure out what they doing on the internet and figure out my niche. But I never wanted to feel like I'm trying to be like them. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to. And that just whenever I tried to do that, it felt corny to me. It felt.
Mhm.
It just didn't feel like me. You know what I'm saying? It felt like I'm like, what am I doing? But if I do something that's natural to me, then
Mhm.
I can do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's probably just need to get out my own way and just try something
Mhm.
different because it is 2021. Like
Mhm.
people, ain't making it off comedy like that no more. It's very hard. I ain't gonna say it's hard. You may network with a comedian and they may take you on the road with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
like this dude, but that ain't really happening like that no more. Especially when you funny. When you funny,
Right.
like So I ain't gonna lie, people. I done had some people tell me, bro, it may be hard for you because you a little too funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? You may be make it too
Wow.
hard for them to. They may not want to follow somebody that funny every night. Like now, I gotta
Exactly.
work extra hard. This dude's stealing all the shine. So it's like, dang, like, so I don't know. You know,
That's what I was gonna say, bro. Because it's some people that I have seen. I'm not gonna mention names, but it's some of these guys that got popping off of what I'm saying, the videos and stuff, and they go do stand up, and the people who come before them kill,
kill
and
them,
they get up. And I
and
feel
they
bad for them because I'm like, you gotta follow that.
and you ain't got it.
You ain't
Man.
got it. Like you ain't got it. Like you got one or two things you could do, and then after that, it's kind of like crickets.
Yeah,
So it's
Mhm.
like, dang,
it be
people
so
really
out
coming to see the dudes that opened up for you, and then when you get on stage, they stay for 5 minutes and then bounce.
That's how I was over the summer when we went to go see D.L. Hughley. Like, I like D.L. Hughley, but I really wanted to see Clint Coley. Like,
Clint
I
Cole.
really follow Clint Coley. I love his comedy.
Yeah,
So that's who I really went to go see. DL was like a bonus. Like, oh, I get to see DL. Okay, cool.
that's a
Yeah,
good bonus.
Like,
and the crazy thing about that, bruh, is Daci had tickets. She had a situation, so
mhm.
she had to share the tickets with me. So she
Yeah,
shared the tickets with me, and we went to the show. And then 2 days later, D.L. Hewley, well, a week later, he's performing somewhere else, and he collapses.
Turns out, yeah.
yeah.
So we like, dang, he collapsed. Oh man, he got the corona,
I
and here I was
COVID.
sitting front row while he doing this whole set. He got the
Yeah.
Oh,
corona,
so that was
man.
at
Yeah.
Addison, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting front row. I'm like, I appreciate the tickets, but you gonna sit me front row with the COVID,
First,
man.
With the
I was
COVID.
next to him for like 10 minutes. He was back there. We didn't even know he was back there by us. And then next thing you know, the security guard was like, he was standing next to us this whole time.
Dang.
Yeah, man. She hooked me up with the COVID, so I was like,
I
man. But
mean,
see, people like DL, while we're talking about him, is a different brand of comedy, and everybody got their own brand, right? So
yeah.
DL for me is one of those guys who I say he puts the medicine in the candy,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
He comes to you as a comedian, but really he has commentary as well.
A message.
Like he's gonna
Mhm.
have a message, he's gonna tell some jokes, but he's also gonna talk about some political stuff. Like he's gonna talk about like other stuff.
yeah,
So
he can do that now. He done earned his respect. You know what I'm saying? Where he can just talk about stuff like that. You know, people, and now it seems like he all politics now. Like,
and see, that's how kind of like how Chappelle is. Cause Chappelle can get up on stage. This is what I found crazy about Chappelle is I've heard
Mhm.
stories of Chappelle doing sets for like 6 hours,
Mhm.
5 6 hours. Like who gets up there and can sit and talk for that long?
yeah,
It's
That's
like
how
probably
you
being
know
in the
you
room with your
special.
friends. Yeah.
But that's how you know you special when you can be funny. Like some people can be funny, like Deb said earlier. You got some people who funny, and you got some people who
Mhm.
funny.
Mhm.
Like everybody got their homeboy that in your neighborhood that you can talk to, and he be cracking jokes and stuff like that. He
yeah,
Yeah.
funny in the hood, but
yeah,
he can't go get on the stage and tell jokes because that's a different animal.
Right.
So it's different levels to it. So not everybody can do that type of commentary and still be funny, but Dave can do the commentary and then start talking about a hooker the next minute, and then you like, where hold on, where did I go? Like he
Oh
telling this
my
whole story, taking you on this journey, but that's what makes
god.
him, what I'm saying, one of the greats. Because he
yeah.
can take
Right.
you on those type of journeys.
Right.
So my next question for you, Dez, is do you kind of like have a bucket list of comedians like that you would like to work with? A few comedians that you know right off the top of your head that if you could select them, say, okay, if he was somebody to pick me to go on a tour with him, this is who I would want to go with.
Man, I would want to go with Godfrey.
Okay.
I'll rock with Godfrey. Uh, Dang, I ain't never thought like that.
Hmm.
Darnell Rollins, you know him.
Okay.
Oh
Along
yeah.
with him, I worked with
Ashley
him.
Larry.
I worked with him,
Mhm.
so he just was cool. You know what I mean? Who else would I just go with? Shoot, That's all I can really think of right now.
And see, this is the type of questions I ask people, and I get on people's nerves sometimes because I want to make you think, right?
Yeah.
When you saying these names of people that you want to work with, you putting it out there into the atmosphere. It's an energy that
Yeah.
you putting out there. And watch what I tell you. You gonna run into these guys. You gonna kill that night, and they're gonna be like, Dez, my boy, hey, can you come with me?
Yeah.
And then I want you to call me and say, Ken, hey, check me out. I'm going with Godfrey on tour. Like, I got tickets for you
Yeah.
because, you know what I'm saying, you told me that it was going to happen. So I'm telling you right now in front of everybody, it's going to happen, bro.
It's gonna happen. I'm rolling with Godfrey. I'm trying to ride with Godfrey, man.
Exactly. Y'all can even
Put it
use the
out
same
there.
hairdresser. Y'all can get y'all hair twisted up at the same time.
Real
I feel
talk.
like that was shade. That was
Hey,
shade.
there ain't no shade in me because I'm bald headed. So, I mean, no hate at all.
I feel like that was a little
I do
shady.
have a little hate though, because he do have a nice hairline, like, you know, but I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave him alone.
Man,
I'm following
he's
on
weedy.
too, bro.
Do
But
you have a bad do you have a Steve Harvey suit?
A Steve Harvey suit, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I could tell comedy in a suit. I don't know. That just feel weird.
Why would it feel
I,
weird?
I don't know how they do that in a suit. I don't
That's
even.
like a little. I think they evolved because like look at Carlos Miller and Chico Bean, like they're real hoodies and Jordan type dudes, but in certain elements they just have those moments where they get suited and booted
Yeah,
or whatever.
I can
And
get
even like
suited and booted,
DL
but
and them. I mean, yeah, get your Steve Harvey on, get your suit line. That's
I
how
ain't
you know
never
you done
thought
made it.
to to tell my jokes in a suit though on stage. I be feeling like I got to be comfortable. I got to feel loose, even
Be
though I'm
loose
not
with
even
it.
that animated on stage. But a
yeah,
suit,
that
a
see that
Steve Harvey suit.
that
The
might get
Steve
you on
Harvey
Wildin' Out
suit.
right now. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I was gonna
Wildin' Out picking
ask.
up. You know what I'm saying? They coming back. They're gonna
Mhm.
be looking for new people. And
Right.
maybe Dez O'Neal with the suit is the dude for him.
Luke,
Man, they need to let
is
me
that
out there.
something you would pursue?
Wilding out, yeah, I think I'd be
Mhm.
good at it because I think I could rap a little bit too, man.
Yeah, we was gonna talk
Okay.
about that. We was gonna talk about that,
I
y'all.
What?
can rap a little bit too, man. I ain't
What?
gonna
Dez
lie.
go to Dez O'Neal on YouTube, search him. He got a couple videos out there where he's spitting a few bars. So
I got some tracks, man. I got some tracks,
Oh,
man.
you ready? Okay. Comedy
yeah.
and okay,
Yeah, so he
okay.
creative. He's a creative mind.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I could fit in on that.
Okay.
Then pick up and kill it real quick.
Yeah, pick up and kill it. And kill.
Okay, that
All
would
right.
be so dope.
Check this out though. You know, I got a couple of these I'm gonna hit you with, right? So I like to do something we call start bench cut. I'm pretty sure you've seen it before.
Yeah,
If you haven't, you know what I'm saying, for the people who don't know what start bench cut is, I'm going to give him a list of 3 individuals. He's got to start one, he's got to bench one, he's got to cut one. It's all revolving around sports, but this is comedy. So this is
Okay.
comedians. So we
yeah.
got start bench cut coming, okay? So we got Chris Rock, we got Dave Chappelle, we got Eddie Murphy.
Damn, damn.
Start bench cut.
Like in the prime, you talking about like in the prime of their
In the
careers?
prime, in their primes.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Damn, they primes. Uh, how what we basing it off of? Like they
Which
stand
show?
up, like
We basing it purely off of their stand up, not their
oh purely
movies
off
or
they
none of that stuff.
stand up,
Just straight off stand up.
straight off
Cut Chris.
stand up.
Straight off stand up.
Cut Chris.
Uh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start Chappelle, man. I'm gonna start Chappelle. I hate to bench Eddie, dog.
But you
I
got to
hate
keep him
to
on the
bench
team.
Eddie, man, but I'm a bench Eddie, dog, just because it's based off stand up. If it was movies, I
Mm,
would have to go Eddie first. And
right.
then I'm gonna have to cut Chris Rock. Even though I hate to
Yep.
cut Chris Rock, because I feel like he got bars, bro. He's a
He do. He do.
and Eddie Murphy, he more of a comedic actor to me, like with Chris Tucker and Martin and yeah, that's why I feel like they thrive better in movies rather than Chris Rock thrived in movies. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy got so many, movies that was classic. Chris Rock, how many movies you can just off the top other than what was the movies he had?
And see, people don't even think of Chris Rock as an
That's why I
actor.
said
as an actor.
cut.
They think of him as a comedian because he's still doing comedy, but we
But
know
he
him as
hmm
still
Pookie. You know what I'm
he's
saying? We know him as
Pookie.
Pookie.
Oh yeah, he did play the crackhead.
That's how we met. That's how we met Chris Rock. We met him as Pookie. We met him as the dude on "I'm Gonna Get You Sucker" asking
Mm,
for one rib.
That
Like
nigga's
that's where
one
we
real.
met Chris Rock.
yeah,
So
yeah.
but their careers took different paths. Where Eddie just kind of took off like with the movies,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like comedy was the vehicle, and he upgraded to a better vehicle, and it just took him
Mm-hmm.
to another level.
Yeah,
So, but you got some of those guys like Chappelle who took off and who did other things, but they always came back to the craft.
right.
So that's a little different. But yeah, I knew that was going to be difficult because those three are, you know what I'm saying, on most people's, you know what I'm saying, Mount Rushmore. And it's kind of hard to differentiate between them at points. But, and don't sleep on Chris Rock. Because
Cause I feel like Chris Rock, if it's purely stand up, I mean, I feel like Chris Rock may be a better stand up than Eddie Murphy, but Eddie Murphy just got that star power. I mean,
See, yeah, it's a hard one. This is
it's
one of
hard.
those ones where you got to go back and watch some tape. You got to go back and watch some
Cause
sets and say,
Raw
okay.
Eddie
and
Murphy only got two what specials though. He only dropped how many
But the
other
two
but
specials he
he
got?
specials he had though were
was
like
hot.
iconic.
They
Like
was
they
iconic.
still funny right now.
Yeah, he's still funny.
Like,
He's still
So
no, I'm
funny. I'm not
saying you
knocking him.
watch them now, they still funny. Like Dave Chappelle is timeless, so you got to keep him regardless. You got to start him regardless.
that's why I said earlier, I think Dave Chappelle might be low key the GOAT because he kind of did everything and he, you know what I'm saying, like he ain't miss. He ain't miss
Mm-mm.
yet.
Mm-mm.
Even when he bombed, it's still better than most other dudes.
Yeah,
So
He'll
I want to
say F
ask you about
you.
that too. I want to ask you about that too. Now you can't be a comedian and not bomb. Like
yeah,
you gonna bomb at some point, right?
Yeah.
Have
yeah.
you ever had the sets where you bomb and like how do you recover from that?
Man, every time I bombed, it was never my fault. It was the crowd. It was never.
Wow. I was
Okay,
like,
break
It
that
was
oh,
down
never
for us.
me. It was the
interesting.
crowd. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't never. I'm trying to think. I done had bad sets, but as far as bombing, I don't think I ever
Mm.
just bombed. I done had a set that probably didn't what wasn't one of my best sets. You know what I'm saying? And I consider those bombs. But I done got somebody heckle me and make a like a, but I was like, it wasn't even a comedy club. It was this ratchet bar, people drunk. So it's like, I'm not finna, girl, like, I can't really take this serious. But as far as being in my atmosphere where it's like, okay, this is a comedy spot, no excuses. I rarely bomb if you put me in the right element. But it's been times where I done been in some ratchet spots. It ain't ran right. The element ain't right, and I got to fight against all this other stuff, chaotic, ghetto, ratchet stuff going on, and
Mm-hmm.
my set didn't go as well. And I always be hard on myself. You know what I'm saying? Try to figure out how could have connected with them, even though it wasn't ran properly or it was kind of chaotic. What could I have done to adjust? But no, but I just keep going, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, that stuff will comics say it all the time, bro. You'll have a great set and you be feeling like, man, I'm a superstar like that. People want pictures with me. Then you have a set where that mud trash or you bomb, and it's humbling. It make you feel like you ain't nothing. You ain't like you trash, dog. That stuff you was spitting the other day is garbage, boy. You nothing.
You that dude
So
outside at the Improv when everybody's leaving and they going by to get an autograph or a shirt from the headliner and they just
yeah,
walking right
they
past
just
you.
walking right past you, ain't saying nothing. You
What's
know
up, bruh?
Mm-mm.
you was on stage. Oh, my bad, bro.
Oh my God, you was okay.
So So yeah,
Oh my
but you
god,
just got
that's
to keep
crazy.
going, right now I'm on the road, so I'm kind of feeling myself. I want to keep this road going.
And I think confidence is huge too. A lot of people say comedians are cocky, but I think you kind of got to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have an air of confidence about you when you hit that stage because of hecklers and you have people in the audience. And you have situations where, like, you go into, like you said, you at a bar, or a special event telling jokes. It's kind of like when I do DJ events. Some people come to an event and they not there for the music, they there for the event.
Yeah,
So the music just kind of becomes secondary. So
yeah,
you might have people to get up and dance to it, even though you could be playing hit after hit after hit. They
yeah,
just not connecting
Mhm.
with it because that ain't what they there for.
yeah,
But when you go
Mhm.
to a comedy club, you're there to hear jokes.
yeah.
So the
Right.
atmosphere is just different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you connect with it differently. So I wouldn't consider that a L if you're somewhere else telling jokes and people wilding. Like, I wouldn't consider that a bomb. But if you at the comedy club in your element and doing your thing and it's not clicking, then that's a whole nother scenario.
Yeah. That
True.
that's a real life bomb. That is a bomb.
All
Like
right,
for real.
Daisy.
Oh my god, that's crazy. So, other than like being a comedian, what else? What other doors are you trying to like tap into later on? Like, is this it for you? Do you feel like, man, if I can't do nothing else, I'm gonna just do comedy?
Man, I really started out trying to get into acting, and I don't know. I just kind of lost touch with that a little bit. I feel like I need to get back into it if I'm gonna do it. But it's just being out here in Dallas, man. Dallas is more commercial based. Texas is more commercial based acting. It ain't really like too many films and
Mhm.
stuff getting shot out here. You making get something out there in Austin, but like I said, you just can't have no job trying to be an actor. Like you got to have a flexible schedule. So I just right now I'm just doing stand up, and I've been kind of playing around with music a little bit, and I just feel like I just need to be more creative myself and put my own content out, and figure out how can I display all my tricks. You know what I'm saying on my platforms, acting, music, stand up. You know, and keep it genuine,
Okay.
keep it real.
Okay. So by you saying that, okay, the whole Netflix and Monique situation, do you feel like she was wrong for asking for more money, given like her whole, career? Like, is she wrong for like knowing her worth, basically?
Man, I can't argue with what she think her price is. If she, you know what I'm saying. That's like I can't argue about somebody's money. That's her money. What she feel. You know what I'm saying. Like me, I would have took it. You know what I'm
Like,
saying.
okay, that's what I'm saying. If it
I
was
would
you and
have
they was
took
like,
it.
hey,
So
we
I
gonna
I
give
can't
you three
I
thousand
can't.
dollars and we gonna give you a Netflix special, you with
I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying.
it?
Dez gonna take it, but I don't know what it's like to be Monique. Monique probably feel like she getting lowballed. You know what I'm saying, and she didn't like it, but I don't know. That's a tough topic right there. That's tough because I feel like she done got a bad rep on her name now. Like everybody like, oh, come on, like
Hmm.
she finna complain about some. What she finna? And it's like, dang, I just miss when Monique was hate to say it, hey, I miss when she was fat, man. I miss Big Monique. I was looking at the Parkers the other day. I like, man, I miss them days, man. The Parkers, like, man, damn, mama, that was like the
Okay.
show back in the day, man. And she was so funny. I
See,
was looking at Soul Plane, man.
she
She was
was,
so funny back in the day, man, when she was big. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? She's still funny now, but it just seemed like she's be so mad all the time. Every time you see something about it, it's like it's something. I hate to say negative, but it be something negative. But maybe that's what they putting out about it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
And I think that might be hard for her, to go into situations and constantly hear that and know that before she even set foot in the room, that
yeah,
that's
Yeah.
people's mentality already when she comes in. Oh, she gonna come in here with an attitude. She
Right.
gonna come with this certain type of energy. So it's
don't
hard
even
for
know her.
her. But at the
Hmm.
same time, when you really look at her body of work before that happened, like she had
But
shows, like she didn't been to the mountaintop,
and
as
then
they
I
say.
thought she
Yeah.
So
was really finna cross over on some serious acting when she did what was that
Precious.
Precious? when she did
Mhm.
Precious, she was killing that. She was like showing me some range, like, and
Yeah.
then everything changed after that. But I think some was like she wasn't trying to do like the interviews and stuff when they was like
The
promoting the
promo.
movie or
It was the
something like
promo.
that.
She didn't want to do it
So
for free.
yeah, that was the thing. I was like, come on, Monique, everybody do that. Like,
And that was
like,
so old though. That was what was crazy.
what you mean that
That
was old?
whole
That
the whole, not wanting to do the fact that they're bringing that up.
oh
That was like before social media to me, was like a really big thing. Her not wanting to do the promo, that was so old, and they bring it up, when she trying to do new stuff or resurrect her career or whatever.
yeah
That's what I think is messed up. I feel like they should have just let it go and give her a clean slate.
yeah damn.
Well, things don't die. So
No,
if we learned anything with the advent of social media, everything is on the table.
yep.
So if you did something 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it might pop back up because I've seen pictures and videos of people, mama from Freaknik and Capitol Beach Party
Boy,
20,
Doodoo Brown,
25 years later. Yeah.
Doodoo Brown.
Yeah. Hey, you look at the Luke videos, somebody on the Luke video, the women on the Luke video, them somebody
That's
grandma
somebody
right now.
granny. Yep.
Boy,
So, things have changed tremendously. So the whole
Yeah.
dynamics are different. So, we might as well get used to that.
for real.
Right.
So before we get out of here, I want to get a little personal with Dez because I know him away from the comedy. I know he loves basketball. It's basketball season. We got the Final Four. We got the NBA games going. I can't go without, mentioning the WNBA so people won't be mad at me and say, you don't talk about the WNBA. Yes,
Mhm.
I love to watch the WNBA. I take my baby girl to the WNBA games, so we do support them as well. But
Yeah.
I know Dez is a Mavericks fan. I
Oh
know
yeah.
he's a Mavericks fan.
What? What?
So he represents Dallas for sure. So I'm not gonna
Dirty
even ask you
Texas,
what's your
baby.
I'm not gonna even ask you what's your favorite team because I know that. But start bench cut. We're gonna go right to it. Start bench cut again. We got Dirk, we got Luca, we got Steve Nash.
Oh, not Steve Nash.
Man, I'ma start Dirk. That's off rip. And I'm a bench Luca and I'm a cut Nash because he left, man.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Nash and Nash.
You
I was
still
hurt when
hurt.
he left. I
You
was
still
low key
hurt.
a Phoenix fan a little bit when he left. When he went to
Mhm.
Phoenix, when it was him and
Yeah.
Amari and
Mhm.
Richardson and them, that was like, boy, that team was a fool back in the day, man. So I was kind of like a little Phoenix fan for a little bit because I was bitter that they traded off, didn't want to pay Nash. I'm like, bro, come on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nash got to get cut. I'm gonna go with
Cause you
Dirk.
and your
Got the
feelings.
ring, and he's the greatest Maverick to do it. And Luca is,
That's a
man,
fact.
he got a bright future. That boy, that nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, Luca might be that next one. Luca
Oh
might be
yeah,
that next one. So we're looking forward to that because man, after we won that championship, we ain't been the same.
we have not. Man.
Mm-mm.
They owed us that one though.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
have two. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's a fact. We ain't gonna even talk about that
Mm.
because they gave one to Dwayne Wade, so
boy,
Yeah.
they gave it to him.
Yeah.
that boy shot like 30 free throws one game, and the Mavericks team shot like six. I'm like, our
Man,
whole team shot six free throws, and this one player shot like 30. Come on, man, y'all, just give him the
Mhm.
trophy. Just give it to him. Man.
so do you actually go to the games as well? Do you go to Mavericks games?
I've been to a few games. I haven't been in a while, man. I had a little plug where I was sitting like front row, and I wasn't even paying no more than like $40, man. I had this little plug. And the dude, I don't know what happened to dude. He vanished. I don't know what happened to that little Vato man, but he's gone.
He was plugged out. You know what I'm saying? He probably got caught. You know what I'm saying? Being the
Something.
plug.
And he did. I'm like, dang. I went to like two games, and I was like close. I'm talking about, man, I could trip a referee. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Hey,
how close I
Wow.
was. Type the ball
but
fell to us. I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like
but
I was,
check this out
Mhm.
though. Again, that's that energy. keep that energy, because maybe those seats just gave you a taste of what's to come. Maybe one day you're gonna be sitting in that
Yeah.
in them very seats because you paid for them, because you can afford it, because you on that level now. So I'm telling
Boy,
Right.
you, it's coming, bruh. It's
man,
coming,
when?
and people will be able to go to YouTube and see this video and see us interviewing you before you got to that level. So when you're doing your movies and they doing a radio scene or they doing a podcast scene, you be like, hold on, I got two people that I know will be perfect for this scene. Let me
Yeah.
hit them
Mm-hmm.
and
Facts.
holler at us, bring us in, we'll
Perfect.
do our thing, you know what I'm saying, pick up the little residual check or whatever, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Facts.
saying, that's that love.
Boy, you got a whole agenda with this interview.
I
Oh,
mean,
no doubt,
hey,
no doubt. I put the
He said
energy
no
out there,
doubt.
man. I
I'm gonna be
love,
10
elevation.
years from now.
yeah, I love to, you know what I'm saying, to pour into people, and I'm a big believer in energy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the energy you put out is the energy you receive.
Get that.
And when I see people doing great things and when I see people doing positive things, it's something that they really are passionate about. I like to get behind those people and propel them as much as I can, or do what I can to support them, because I ain't quite as kept. I want the same energy.
Yeah.
Like
Facts.
when you get to where you going, and I was there to help propel you. Hey, I want that hand to come back down
Yeah.
and help me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So let me do what I can, and you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, when y'all get to that big time level, then y'all can say, you know what, Ken and Daci, you know what I'm saying, they're my peoples. You know what I'm saying. Let me look out for them. So hey, I'm just trying to
Mm-hmm.
get some tickets for later on.
I got you, bro.
But Daci, before we close out, you got any other questions?
No, I just want to tell you good luck. Like, I can't wait to see like what happens, what evolves. I saw some YouTube videos, but now that the world is officially getting back together, we
Yeah,
hope to see you at the Addison Improv.
for sure, for sure.
Oh, definitely. Whenever he got a show, I
April
share
You
his
11th.
better
stuff on
tell
on,
me.
on Facebook.
You better tell
So
me,
now that
Ken.
he's now that the world is opening back up, when he has shows, we gonna come check you out, dog, for real.
For sure, man. Follow me on Instagram, Dez O'Neal Comedy. My next show, April 11th, Addison Improv, man. Dez
Hey.
O'Neal and Friends.
Oh man, that's gonna be big time. So y'all go check him out. Go to his website. Go to YouTube. Look up his videos. You can try his Facebook. You can try his IG. Wherever you can find Dez O'Neal, go check him out. Check out his content. I'm telling you, the young man is funny. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And if you go see him live, you gonna laugh. That's for sure.
For
So
sure.
we just happy to have him here for our first episode of season number 2. So we appreciate you, Dez. We'll be in touch. We need to get those tickets, you know what I'm saying? So we'll call you.
We'll talk after this.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
Y'all be easy, man.
So y'all,
Thank
hey,
you.
Dez O'Neal, y'all.
Peace out.
So the first episode back, season
Yeah.
2, I think it's, went very well. Dez, I'm telling you, people, y'all might just think I'm talking. Dez is gonna be Dez is gonna be big. Dez is gonna be big. He's one of
Really.
those dudes, like I'm saying. You heard him say it himself. Like, the fact that he got up first time and killed, and he's
Yes.
been on the road and everywhere I've seen him. Who start something like that and win the funniest comic in Texas, or win the funniest anything award the first year they doing something.
Right.
That's hard. That's just like a rookie in the NBA winning the MVP or something. Like that's like
Yeah.
that's crazy. It's crazy
It
talk.
is.
But he
It
was able
is.
to do that, which means that this guy has some talent.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's about being seen. Sometimes it's about being in the right place, right time. So I believe everything will align for him, and you will see him on bigger and better stages. But
Right.
until then, check him out. Go to the Addison Improv. He'll be there at points. Go to the Arlington Improv. I've seen him there as well. Just check
Mhm.
him out, y'all. Support that young brother. Daci.
Yes.
Daci got on a OG model of my You See It shirt. I just want to point that out. Like, I appreciate her for supporting the movement. You know, if you've been around me and you've heard me talk or you've seen my Instagram or my Facebook, y'all know I've
Mhm.
been hashtag You See It long before some of these other people. I've been doing that since 2008. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And before people even know what a hashtag is, they was calling it a pound sign.
Okay.
So, so I've been doing that for a minute, but but I appreciate her support of the shirt. And y'all, I know some of y'all see my shirt I have on today, by any means
Mhm.
necessary. You know, it's a play off of Malcolm X, by any means necessary, because I don't do it by any means, but I will do it by any memes. So if you
Yes.
know me, you know I post a lot of memes. So that's what I do. So this
Good.
shirt represents me. And this
I
hat
can't with you.
represents my city. You know what I'm saying? Dallas, Texas, Dallas
Right.
Mavericks, baby. You know what I'm talking about? But we're going to go ahead and get on up out of here, y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We appreciate
Yes.
Dez coming on.
Mm.
Again, the brother's funny. Y'all check him out. Daci, what you got to let the people know before we get up out of here?
Well, I'm actually yesterday I closed out season one of the Daci J show. We are going on hiatus because I'm booked and busy in the month of April and May. Yay me. Um, let's see here. Please go like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Y'all can catch up. Y'all can always go to Demanded a Better Me, check them out, and then come over and listen to this newness that started in 2020. These lashes are some dope lashes. Shout out to my sister for hooking me up. I don't know what young lady she bought them from. I think she was in Miami when she got them. So yes, this is a good brand. I'm gonna find out what it is and I'll post it. Um, Start looking out for this female panel that I've been doing. Been working on little stuff here and there. Your girl is hosting a pop up shop in St. Louis this month. So pay attention to my page so you can see the live of all that great. I told Ken I'm traveling. I
All
am
right.
traveling. She's still single though, so if you're trying to be my boo, you can go ahead and jump into my DMs. You know, I'm taking applications. Just want to put that out there. Quarantine Bay is not around, and I need a new Quarantine Bay. So if you feel like you can be
Okay.
Daci J's boo, go ahead and jump into them DMs. Again, you can find me on Instagram. I am Daci J, or you can go to the Daci J Show page. I pay attention to that as well. Thank you for the support, Ken. 1 year later, we in here.
Yeah, y'all, we've been doing this podcast for 1 year. So it's been a journey. We've seen a few changes, but we still here and we still,
A few,
yeah, you know what I'm
a few.
saying? But at the end of the day, we gonna make sure that we bring y'all some amazing content, some amazing interviews, some amazing topics. If you have
Yes.
topics for us, then you can hit us up on Facebook, the Fire Session
Mhm.
Podcast page. Send us an inbox message. You can find us also on IG now and on
Yeah.
Twitter. Just search the Fire Session Podcast. You'll be able to locate those pages. DM us
Mhm.
any ideas that you have. We'll
Yeah.
talk about them. Any people that you have that you think might be interesting, you can hit us with those ideas too. We're open to ideas. We just
Mhm.
want to provide content for you that you actually want to see. So we want to make sure
Yes.
the audience gets what they want. So that's what we all
Right.
about. And you can also follow me at Big Ken's Comedy on IG, Big Ken's Comedy on Twitter, Big Ken's Comedy on Facebook. And you can try to follow me on my personal page, but again, I keep warning people: if you send me a friend request and your page looks weird, or you're selling, or you in a forex, or you in any of these pyramid schemes, I'm gonna decline you. That's a fact. Cause yeah, I don't need that in my life. I don't need my page being hacked. I'm just saying.
Uh, we
Also,
good.
go to YouTube. We have a
Yes.
YouTube channel. Hashtag You See It Productions, the Fire Session Podcast. You can go to YouTube. You can search Fire Session Podcast. Go like, subscribe to the page. Go check out the videos. Every week we'll be there live as well. We'll have the
Mhm.
videos stored on there as well, so you can share them with your friends. And y'all can talk about some of these topics, because some of y'all need that help that we be giving, and it's there for
Mhm.
you. You just got to go get it.
Facts.
But before we get up out of here, we just got to let you know every week we try to bring you all the best topics. Because at
Yep.
the end of the day, it's not lit. It's fire.
It's
Fire Session Podcast. Y'all check us out. Go to the page. We'll be here next Thursday, 7:30
Yep.
p.m. Peace.